Have we got a great one this time around? On this seventh episode of Nosedive, my guest is Jana Menard of Fragrance Vault. So if you happen to find yourself or are vacationing in the Lake Tahoe area, it would behoove you to visit Fragrance Vault because Jana has an extraordinary collection of vintage fragrances and current releases, including niche releases. She and I are going to cafe clutch, as it were, over vintages and collecting in general. And as always on Nosedive, being that this is a live stream, um, this will be an organic conversation. I do highly recommend that you check out Emma Vernon's The Perfume Room for a more formal interview with Jana. And consider this to be sort of the accompaniment to that, where we do more of what the kids these days call a deep dive into fragrance collecting, vintages, and any sort of anecdotes, stories, questions that we have for each other. We'll be sharing some things from our respective collections. What she has is formidable. I mean, she's amassed, estate collections and remarkable pieces. And This should be a good conversation. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to take a look at the comments here, and we're going to allow some time for people to file on in to watch the live transmission of this conversation. So I'm going to turn my attention to the comments right now. And we have Scent Explorer 77. Hello back to you. And anybody else who is here for the live stream? There is at least two other people at the moment. Don't be afraid to say hi. Let us know what your scent of the day, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you are watching. What is the scent that you're wearing? If you're wearing anything at all. We're going to be adding our guest in just a couple of minutes. Just a reminder that this is the penultimate episode of Nosedive. Was intended to be an 8 episode mini. I was going to say mini series. What is this like? Roots. It's like a mini series. Um, and the next one that we're going to have is with Chester Gibbs and a special guest with Chester Gibbs, who happens to own a label that is called New Niche. So that will be a three-person conversation, sort of an exception to this series where it's usually one-on-one. And we have Lou Musk just lurking, and that is just fine. But I love when even the lurkers just drop a note to say that they are. Thank you very much, my friend. Wearing vintage Antaeus. Not a bad choice. Pat Lester, a friend of the channel. Hello back to you. So we have 5 people on right now, but of course this will be available for playback as an archived episode. And we'll just give it one more minute and then we'll get started. I see a little friend, or well, I thought I saw a little friend. Never mind. So let's just give it a little bit more time here. People are going to be asking me, what did you mean by little friend? You can message me directly. All right. Okay. 7 people have joined the live stream. Welcome. Please, I encourage you to just say hello, hi, scent of the day, scent of the night, questions that you might have. How did you find this channel? How did you end up here? Miles Wong, also lurking, wearing vintage Dune. Lovely. Very nice. And don't forget that it is also very helpful to me and the channel if you hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. The more people who have liked this live stream, the more people will find it and find my content. So it's an easy gesture to ensure that this content is visible to a wider population of fragrance enthusiasts. So thank you very much in advance. We have Fragrance Time 3000. What up? Scent of the day, Hermes Bellamy. Any version of that is spectacular. I'm not a snob when it comes to that. If you have a shaker bottle, that's magnificent. If you don't, the Jean-Claude Elena reconstitution, if you call it, reformulation is absolutely magnificent as well. All right, without further ado, we are going to bring in our guest, Jana Menard. And everybody welcome her.
Hello from Lake Tahoe.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm so glad that you accepted my invitation for a conversation.
Well, I'm so glad that you invited me.
Especially hot off the heels of a very popular and sensational podcast such as Perfume Room. And I'm glad that you were able to do that as well. That was absolutely awesome. I enjoyed that conversation.
It was really fun. Yes. And Emma's an incredible interviewer. She took all of my, misspeaks and discomforts and made it look seamless and chic. I thought that was amazing.
Indeed. She is a natural. She is a natural. And she saved me the trouble of interviewing you. I'm just going to refer people over to that podcast after this to get the nitty gritty behind all of everything. So that way we have plenty of time to just talk shop, because you and I are in not only the vintage realm, but just in the perfume realm in general. So it's just wonderful to be able to have this conversation. We just have a couple of other comments here. We have, I'm wearing the current formulation, but I happen to have a shaker bottle on the way. Lovely. You'll enjoy both the Bellamy Scent Explorer. He is saying hello to Scent Explorer. We have 10 people who are currently live. Why don't we get this started?
Super.
What is the thing that you are most excited to share at this very moment?
Oh gosh. Well, it all started for me with vintage fragrance. That was my passion. And way back, I was collecting glass, and then I opened what was in the bottles, and I'd always loved fragrance, but the vintage perfumes were where it was at for me. And the vintage, which was kind of like a sidecar to the perfume shop for quite some time, is now its own little microcosm, right? It's its own side of the business. And I love to talk vintage. Now, talking vintage it's more like a little bit like talking collectibles or art. It's a whole different language than niche fragrance. And I love history. I love glass. I love thinking of all of the old ingredients and researching, for example, Jean Patou Joy, which I absolutely love. I love going back and reading about the different weather situations that were happening in Grasse, like deep dive nerd stuff. Like vintage really just fulfills my inner late night researcher. So that's what I'm excited to share. But we do have, of course, a vast selection of niche fragrances, luxury, artisanal, that are currently being made, as well as designer and commercial. But I think because you and I both share this interest in perfume history, that we can sort of take that angle today.
Absolutely. And I do want to let folks know who do follow my Instagram, and just so happen to see that I shared a release from Darren Allen, that Darren Allen fragrances, his perfumes can be purchased through Fragrance Vault. I'm not sure. I think his monthly series you have to purchase directly from him. But
I do get those. I do take
you do?
most of them. But of course, they're only limited editions. So we do have those. And we are expecting this week the brand new fabulous first oil perfume, Scarab Queen, which was a collaboration between Safle Bon Perfume Blog and Darren Allen. And I should add that you can get your things from Darren, of course, or from us. If you're international, we're the place to go because we ship internationally. So we do have a big clientele for that overseas, actually.
And there are people, I was about to say, you're absolutely right. There are people who are interested in the genius of Darren Allen who are overseas.
Hmm.
And it is reassuring to know that his releases are accessible through you. That makes
Yeah.
me very happy. Um, so I was going to mention, actually, here, I'm losing my train of thought. Hey, it happens when you're live. No editing.
Oh, yes, quick here.
Wonderful.
Can you cook a bunch of Diorella and Eau Sauvage vintage and current? Sorry.
You're saying to me, let's start with the Dior.
No, we can't start with the Dior because it's on its way over right now.
Oh no, let's not start with the
We can
Dior.
start with this.
Start with that because
We
you
can
saw
start.
that I
We
had
can
it in
start
my
with that.
hand before we went live.
Oh my gosh. Whenever people say to me, "What is your desert island fragrance?" I say, I am going to take my entire palette worth of Denurve with me to that desert island, because
I feel
even
like
if there's no food there and I'm eaten to death by crabs, I'll smell fabulous.
yes. I almost feel like we're on Phil Donahue. We're going to answer a call from one of our viewers right now.
Yes, probably one of my family members trying to figure out how to watch this.
How to watch it. It's on YouTube.
Oh,
Look up
yeah.
JJ Colvin.
Anyway, Deneuve. So the cool thing about this fragrance is that Catherine Deneuve had wanted, and I'm not going to reiterate things I've talked about before. She wanted to do her own thing. She used to wear the old Y by Yves Saint Laurent, which is a citrus chypre.
Yeah.
And she wanted to make her own thing. And it was not based on that, but of course that was the type of style that she favored. She went to some of the big fragrance houses and they're like, hey, you can't do that, can't do that, can't. She said, you know what? I'm going to go over somewhere. They're going to let me do whatever the hell I want because I'm Catherine Deneuve. She went to Avon.
Avon.
And they were like, okay, goddess, do whatever you want. I mean, she's the Marion of France. Or I don't know if she was at that time. So 1983, it's just, oh my gosh, my best guess is 40% oak moss. 35.
Mm-hmm. Something crazy like that. I don't even know if they were reaching that percentage because it's so potent.
Maybe
like a little goes a long way, but whatever it is, they reached the upper limits of what was allowed in 1986, which even I think then wasn't very much. And absolutely. This is actually a moss behemoth. I love it.
It is. A mossive, is that what you said? Is that
a moss behemoth?
Oh, I thought you said massive. I thought it was like a play on massive.
It's massive.
It's massive. Yes, it is. And for sure. And it has a really bright, tingly, sharp bergamot in the top.
Yeah.
With some lemon, I think. And of course, woods in the base. But basically, it is just a veil of moss.
Yeah.
And the flowers, has a lot of jasmine in here too.
Yeah.
And I think probably some other white flowers. It's very tight, high-pitched fragrance that blooms on the skin. On paper, it just feels so mean. But once it gets on your skin, it really just effuses, creates this beautiful cloud. And of course, they can't make this anymore. It's a style that had fallen out of favor for a while, but the materials, right?
It's a lot of galbanum as well. A lot of galbanum in the top.
Is that? Mm-hmm.
Hyacinth. It's very green. And then you have sort of like a more rounded, rosy orris and a whole chock full of florals in the heart of it. And civet, a little bit of civet. Sorry about that. Somebody's revving up their engines over. I don't know if it picked up on my my microphone, but yeah, the dry down is very mossy. Mm-hmm. There is a little bit of that animalic sort of touch to it.
Yes, it does have animalic. I'm going to see if the percentage is on here. I mean, they used to call things eau de toilettes that had like 25% oils. So I don't know. It just says eau de toilette. I've only ever seen it in the EDT and the Pure Parfum, which we do have also.
Oh, marvelous. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm hiding. I'm hiding that for myself. But this is plenty strong enough, the eau de toilette. I would guess it's about 22% oils or so. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see if it says on the box. No, it doesn't say anything. There isn't even a barcode. It's just,
No, mine doesn't have a barcode either. Pre-barcode for the nerds who are interested.
I know, pre-barcode, right. Pre-regulation. So yes, this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And we offer samples of this too, because I know for a lot of people, I mean, this is expensive. It's hundreds of dollars a bottle. But for a lot of people, they want to try it. They're curious. And that's why we offer so many vintage samples, because I understand that, it's difficult for people to acquire full bottles of everything they want, right? So
Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't expect everybody to be a raving lunatic who's irresponsible with money like me. Most people are practical and they just want to experience the fragrance without owning it. So it is wonderful to know that folks who want to sample vintages, you dispense these samples for them. I mean, I've purchased samples from you, and it has introduced me to some great vintages from the past. So yeah, I really recommend that people head over to your site and order some samples and try some of these things out, for especially for those that are just like unicorns basically. And unfortunately, Denurve, that has become a unicorn in the past. How long has it been since it was discontinued?
It's been coveted for at least 15, coveted and hard to find for at least 15 years.
At least 15 years. Yeah.
And I can give you all, and we can put in the notes as well, the website, which is www.fragrancevault.net. And be careful where you go. We have had a lot of shadow accounts show up. People were using our logo. They're even using some images of me, and they're selling. They're not selling Denurve. They're selling Louis Vuitton for $100 or something. And of course, it's a sham site. People losing their money. So be careful. You can always call at the store.
And I do have a link, the exact link in the description as well. So people can refer to that as well.
Awesome.
What should we talk about next?
Okay, we did Denurve, and she's still up and running. I see her tooling around France, going to all kinds of events and fashion shows. She's pretty incredible. Okay, so next, what else did we want to talk about? How about Paloma Picasso?
Oh, I'm down for it. Okay. Why don't we have you take the lead with that? Okay.
So this is a beautiful classic Chypre. Luckily, the older versions, and now I don't mean to sound like one of those people who only likes the older versions. However, when you're talking about a fragrance whose base is comprised of oak moss and animalics, when you take those away, you have a completely different fragrance. And of course, these days you can reorchestrate a fragrance with synthetic animalics. It's pretty convincing, but when they reformulated this, they didn't do that. But so used to be, it first came out in eau de toilette, like this, and the pure parfum, which came in, oh boy, here we go. God, this thing is heavy. This, smaller versions of this. This is just a factice, but this gorgeous design is by Elsa Peretti, as many people may know her as a jewelry designer for Tiffany, but she did a lot of other really cool things. And that's all we have for here. Could I get a pipette? Okay, so we have here these two versions. This you have of the vintage or current EDP in your hand.
This is vintage. Okay. This is vintage because with this particular one, they did not do this one very well with reformulation. I mean, some reformulations are great, but this one, yeah. I mean, you could still find this. I don't even know if you can anymore in like rack stores, like the current version, like in a
not anymore. You've got to wait until a distributor finds an old box, or somebody finds something, a collection in their mother's basement, or.
I would highly recommend getting a vintage of this because the vintages are not exorbitantly
expensive. They're
not cheap, but they're not exorbitantly expensive.
Right. They're not $700. They're $150. Right.
This one is pre-barcode, so we're talking before the early to mid 1990s. So this is Warner Cosmetics.
Warner, okay, okay, good. So Warner Cosmere, okay. Yours is older than mine, but we're gonna have a spray of the eau de parfum.
There's a couple later formulations that are great as well.
Yeah, it's just so good, so good. I mean, have you ever seen? Paloma Picasso was actually the daughter of Pablo Picasso.
That's true.
And she was a jewelry designer. She designed bags and jewelry and accessories and fragrances. But if you've ever seen a picture of her, this embodies her completely, with the bright red, the dark hair, the big eyes, the red lipstick, very Spanish. Oh, so good. How's yours?
Oh, I mean, I could spray on a little scent strip. Why not? Let me get them. Readily accessible. Oh, look, I have one right here. How about that? Mm. Wow. Yeah, this is when perfume had a spine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You knew who was coming through the door by what they
Right.
had on, right?
See, powerhouses today give me headaches. Powerhouses like this give me more. Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
the whole construction of the fixatives, the bass notes, the diffusive elements, anything that are put into perfumes at the time are very different. We're very different than they are today. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
idea of like projection and longevity today is it's really propelled by different aromachems than then. I mean, we did have a ISO-E Super, which I do love. I don't know why people come. I mean, there could have been a little bit of it in this for all we know. But today there is like the reliance on woody ambers. There's a
Mm-hmm.
reliance on very diffusive, very heavy molecule, heavy impact materials,
Uh-huh.
but they were able to do these powerhouse chypras and ambers in the, you know, back up until like the 80s and 90s in a way that it just didn't feel like nuclear. Like it didn't feel like you couldn't wash
Or
them out of your
purposeful. It
laundry.
didn't feel
Purposeful.
purposeful. Yes,
Right.
yes, yes. And you know, I think the reason a lot of people are get upset about ISO-E Super, and I can put myself in that category, is that I think that depending on it, overly depending on it, and in addition, using it as its own aroma chemical in a very expensive fragrance that doesn't have anything else in it is, I don't know, maybe it's like abstract art in some way, but I don't
Yeah.
want to pay up to $150 or $200 for it.
Yeah, it's a matter of whether somebody really, you know, wants to embrace the postmodernist approach of perfume, where it's like,
Mhm.
is perfume really perfume if it's just two or three different aroma chemicals? Like, the thing is like, I mean, I likened it to some postmodern art where it's
Mhm.
minimalism, which I
Right.
love. So
Mhm.
if you have a brilliant perfumer behind it who
Mhm.
takes this economy of materials and creates something brilliant out of it, then it doesn't matter really if it's only like three or four
Mhm.
materials. But I feel like a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon and were like, well, you know, I could do that. You know, of course people say that. And they try to do that. And they just don't have the gestalt that a skilled perfumer has, right?
Yes, and that's why it's, you know, same thing with visual art. There are some exceptional self-taught abstract artists, and there
Hmm,
are a whole lot of other ones that are just making muddy mucky, you know, just a bunch of stuff thrown together on a canvas. And
right.
yeah, so I agree with you, and I don't think I could have put that any better. I think I want to take that whole phraseology there, and
Please,
I'm
by
gonna
all
I'm
means.
gonna print it out. Okay, so next we're gonna do what I don't think you have the eau de toilette there. The eau de toilette
Yes.
are earlier, and they came in these sort of spaceship type round bottles. And
I just can't
these
stop sniffing
these
it.
these are different. It's more high pitched. It's slightly more uranous. It's more floral. And still, this thing is 40 years old, and it still smells amazing,
Look at
amazing.
that. Do you mind if I zoom in just so that we can see a
No,
closer
no, no.
look at that bottle?
Right. Yep. There
Look
you
at
go.
that.
So the top comes off, and that has this little stopper. And this would have been early 80s. There we go, right there. So this is different. This one is definitely more gamey.
Mm,
Yeah, it's more animalic. This is more like the inside of your fur coat kind of thing.
mm.
This one is like you can wear. This is a more of a daily wear.
Right, right.
I love them both. I have to say, I find myself reaching for this one a little more.
Yeah,
Because when you wear this one, she's taking up a lot of space, right? She's right there with you. This one I can wear. The eau de parfum, she wears me. So, but
yeah,
I do like this one a lot.
yeah, yeah. I also have the Mont Parfum as well, which is similar
Oh,
to this bottle, and
okay.
it's solid in the middle.
Okay. I have that too. Now tell me how that's different.
It definitely has more of a chewy density to
A
it.
chewy density. Okay.
Chewy sort of
Uh-huh.
density, still mossy, still, like a luxuriant floral in the core, but
Hmm.
it definitely has like more of like an ambery richness to it. I think
Okay.
it's lovely as well. Yeah.
Hmm.
Fragrance time 3000. It looks like there are two versions of Paloma Picasso. I guess we're helping you, so hopefully helping you a little bit with the distinctions between the different versions. But if there's something else that you saw that you need clarification on, please feel free to elaborate.
I think his
Um,
question might be about the eau de toilette versus the eau de parfum. This is
okay.
the old version eau de toilette. Then
Yeah.
about 15 years ago, they came out with a new one, which is, Evan, could you grab me something? No, no, we'll get it in a minute, which looks like this, but has a clear body and a gold cap. That is
Yeah.
a completely different fragrance. It's okay. Yeah, I need the eau de toilette version of this with a gold cap, and then the one with the black in the middle that says Paloma Picasso in the middle. Yeah, okay, it's coming over. So the eau de toilette is okay. What do you think? JJ, you smelled the eau de toilette, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's right here. Okay, so we brought these over too. So this is the eau de toilette. This is not the original old formula. So we're going to spray it anyway. It's a little bit more floral. Thank you for bringing this over. It's a little bit more floral and
it's sheer, but not in a way that like I would want. I like sheer fragrance, but for something that is like, with a concept like this is that is inherently to me not supposed to be sheer, to
right.
sheer it out, it's kind of disappointing to do that to something like this. So
it's like a watered down, over flowered version of the new version of this, if that makes any sense. But it's only like $30. So
yeah,
it still smells great for what it is. So the other one that we're going to try that you were talking about is the Mon Parfum. This one.
I'm glad that you have that readily available. It's hidden somewhere.
You don't know what we have over here.
I don't even know where mine is. I couldn't find it in time, but I have it somewhere.
Yeah, it is chewier. It definitely.
It's good though.
Ooh,
isn't it?
More animalic. Wow.
Yeah.
A little bit of like a chocolate licorice dirt vibe.
Isn't that nice?
Ooh. Wow. That is got a big dose of
Fernando. Hi, Fernando. Great to see you.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Next time someone wants something animalic, I'll show them this.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me of that. How cool.
Yeah. Both are great. Both are kind of, it's like I am the wrong person to help somebody make a decision because like I don't think it's redundant at all. It's kind of like it's like a variation on a theme. It's like you gotta have both.
Yeah. I just say just buy them all and wear them for different occasions.
Right.
So
or just wear them for yourself.
Right.
Just snip it from the atomizer once in a while. No, there's no wrong way of enjoying it. But yeah.
Well, what we have on the website, by the way, for people who are going to go there, is just an absolute sliver of what we actually have in the store. And the reason for that is I'm trying to run the store and adding vintage things to the website as much as it's like a fun project for me. It's something that sort of takes a backseat. So if there's anything that you really, really have in mind, you can always just send me a private message and I will get back to you, maybe not right away, because we do have a lot of people asking about vintage, but I would be more than happy to see what I have in stock. We have hundreds of thousands of bottles. Anyway, and yeah, so what should we hit?
We currently just want to let people who are tuned in right now, we have 13 people tuned in. We have 9 people who have liked the stream. If you could hit the thumbs up, try to get that like count up a little bit, it would be greatly appreciated. It would be just a small and effortless gesture to make sure that more people will find this content and find this particular live stream. So don't forget to hit the like. And yes, proceed. I know you're about to get to something else.
Oh, well, I don't know. Should we do Halston?
I say, why not?
Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to bring out the original old goddess version right here.
Yeah.
Again, Elsa Peretti.
Yeah.
She was in hot demand. This is
Right.
a floral chypre. Amazing. Another one that still can be found for reasonable prices
Yeah.
in like online auctions, or this
Even
one
in vintage,
even
even
in
in
vintage. I
just
got this one at an antique mall in Reno, of all places. Like
mm.
whenever I see one of those places, I pull my car over and run in, and never know what you'll find. And so this is a floral chypre. This is a really amazing fragrance.
And to me, the note that really stands out here is
Oh,
marigold. This is back when they could put a whole bunch of Tajette marigold essential
hmm
oil into the
hmm
perfumes. It's very limited nowadays. It's very restricted. But that
hmm
Tajette marigold and the way that it creates this sort of synergy with the other sort of like more traditional cheaper notes like carnation and ylang ylang and rose, really just it is the signature of this fragrance. A green kind of like fruity top, but
hmm
that I love that juxtaposition between the green and the fruity as well. I always love that, that
hmm
just rapturous clashing of the two it's just wonderful. This one is like an acquired taste, so it's not one I recommend for
Really? You think so?
I
Maybe
think
nowadays it
so
is. I remember when
nowadays.
I was young,
Oh,
ubiquitous wearers. Everybody was wearing the Halston, but
oh,
maybe
absolutely. I think
now.
today, like current time, I
hmm
mean, when it was part of the zeitgeist, it was very popular actually. But
hmm
today, I wouldn't recommend it as the first vintage to visit, but it's the
hmm
one, it's
hmm
sort of like intermediate level where you're like, I'm thirsty for more. This is where you go to because
hmm
it's just that in the 70s, it was just part of like bringing back this sort of naturalism, and the green was really in and sporty, and
That's right.
and this is another example of that. And this was composed by one of my favorite perfumers, Bernard Champ.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think he's just so
you and I share that worship of him. Yes, he has done like so many of my other favorites, Azure as well,
oh my God,
Ar-
I love it.
the old
Yeah,
aromatic elixir. And I think
yeah,
I actually did a segment a while back on fragrances of Bernard Chant because
yeah.
oh, he's amazing. But this is, there was another fragrance that was so heavy on marigold, even crazier than this. It was by Alexandra de Markov. And I can't remember if it was her signature or if it was Enigma, but it's like marigolds in a bottle. So yeah, it's the
Mm.
same time frame as this. But anyway, this is the Halston Classic in this gorgeous bottle. And this one is old, old. It actually has a metal cap.
I
And
love it. The metal
yeah.
cap.
So anyway, so that's that. And then here is a contemporary version. It is still being produced by, I think, Elizabeth Arden Fragrances,
Okay.
whereas this one was Halston Perfumes back in the day.
Yeah.
And this one is, it's fairly wan compared to the original because, as we
That's a
were
good
saying,
word. Yeah, that's a good
it's
word
as we
for
were
it.
saying, none of the ingredients are available or legal or, it's okay. It's kind of
It's
sweetie
okay.
and ambery and a little green.
Yeah, a little green. They toned down the green, and I think, part of that was like, somebody somewhere, deciding that, oh, this might be too green for contemporary taste. So they took away a little bit of that. But, nowadays people are gravitating towards green notes now. If you look at, the indie and the niche and the artisan, they're really coming out with some
Mhm.
great green fragrances. So,
I think
um,
people are sick of cloying and sweet, and so now we're looking towards some more
absolutely
herbal, savory, and bitter accords. I feel like
love it.
are gonna
Yeah.
be having a little renaissance. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know about JJ, but I know after JJ and I said, "Oh, we're not snobs about the old versions. The new versions are great too." Now we're like, "Don't buy the new version; it's awful."
It just so happens we choose the ones that are the
Uh,
exceptions to that, where it's like, sorry, but for the ones that we've shared so far, the vintages are not too expensive.
No, no,
So,
no.
yeah.
We're going to get into something really expensive in a minute, which doesn't have a current version. That's why it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the janky plastic current bottle. Don't buy that one.
Janky plastic. I have a couple of other Halstons I want to share super
Oh yeah, yeah.
quickly. I have Couture from
Oh, is
Halston.
that this one?
Hi. Yeah. Oh, well,
Oh,
I guess the timing's right.
yes, we're on the same fragrant channel.
Right.
All right, let's spray it together.
So
This is a
this
shipper. This is more of a straight up kind of
more straight up. And
stripper.
also for those who've been tuning into each episode, I know that this is a repeat. We had Roman 8-track tape, and we already talked about this, but whatever. It's good enough that I'm going to talk about it again with Jana because it's so nice. And this is metal. This, like, my version is
Mine
metal
is
right here.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This is more expensive now, but when it was less expensive, I knew this was a great fragrance and I just bought up everything I could find. I do have quite a few bottles of this, but it's still, I don't know, maybe get it for $150, but this is definitely more of a straight up shipper. It doesn't have the green, doesn't have the marigold of the original, but it's really well done. It's not a junky flanker. It's a great flanker.
No, not at all. This is back when flankers, before that, probably that was even industry speak back then. This is all about the resins, like the labdanum and the patchouli and I think it smells like styrax is in here as well. It's deep. It is deep and dark. And this was 1988. So this was at the very precipice before all of this went away. Like it was like,
yeah, I mean, this is just like, here's the thing. The reason this wasn't, I agree with you. And I think the reason this was not a massive commercial success is that people were about to start wearing Gucci Envy, right? And all these sort of like light, fresh, green things. And this was just, I think, like you were saying, just at the tail end there.
This is very earthy. It is, and amber as well. It is a really rich chypre, like a woody chypre. A lot of patchouli, but the thing about the
patchouli, not hippie patchouli though. It's refined patchouli.
No, this is like a patchouli that is sort of it is really cooperating with everything else that's going on in this composition. And I love when patchouli and amber accords get together. There is, again, that kind of synergy that takes place where it's like it becomes a new thing. So good. It's crazy this was released in 1988. This is something that, like, when I smell it, it smells like it could have been an older release or a current release.
Yeah, I don't know. The current releases, how can I say? This, despite being strong as the classic Halston, still has a certain amount of restraint. I tend to call this bitchy in fragrances. And I don't find that even current versions of things have restraint. They're boom, they're right out there. Let's get all the notes right out there. You know, let's not have to wait for anything to develop. Let's not see how this, you know, merges with us over the day. It's just boom, it's right there.
Yeah.
This is something you have to wait a little while.
That's true. That's true. I think what I had more in mind would be maybe like a niche, like a true niche. We're not talking about Parfums de Marly niche, like a more like sort of like, you know, left field niche or artisan brand that would be doing something like this. Like I'm thinking something like, goodness, who made a Papillon or something would do something kind of like this, like Papillon, who does like Dryad or Anubis. This would be something that would fit into that kind of style. I'm gonna just turn our attention over to the chat very quickly. The color of the vintage Halston. Yeah, we have somebody ask me a question. I think I'm looking for a minty fougere. Any suggestions? Send me a message outside of this chat. We're kind of like in a flow right now. I will definitely help you out with that. I just like I'm in sort of like a certain sort of like state right now where I'm talking about this. But hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up, Base Notes, wherever. I can help you out with that. Totally. AM Absolute. Hello. Glad to have you here. That looked like Cookie Monster for a second. I don't know what that is supposed to be, but I love it. Only Halston I've tried was Man Amber. That's actually for
a new one, isn't it?
It's a newer one, and for a newer one, it's not half bad. It's actually pretty decent.
I haven't tried it, I have to admit.
Z14 is a classic as well.
There we go.
There you go.
Z14. I got some in Z12.
Hello, Marcus. Hi. Oh, and I also have this, which I did a post on recently. I think you might have seen it. This is the Halston Knight. This is the,
Oh, yes. Oh, she is a goddess. This one, yeah?
yeah,
Let's spray it.
ferocious. Now this you can spray. I have the Parfum version,
Oh,
so I
don't
can't
open that. You're not going to open that, are you?
open the Parfum version. It is open, but I'm not.
Oh, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Some of mine I don't open. This
You
was
go,
this.
you go first.
I'm just going to whiff. I'm going to sniff. I don't think it's whiff. I get a whiff, but I'm going to sniff. Mmm. I'm putting that stopper right back on to preserve it. But rose, the darkest, most delicious, deepest rose within all of this. And it's kind of
Damn. Damn. So good.
a
I mean, this makes like the Nahima Mahoras just seem like, polite young ladies.
very demure in
Definitely.
comparison. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's rose with a lot of amber and patchouli in the base, I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. And it's funny that you mentioned Nahima because there is this peach as well in it, but it's
Mhm.
like it's like a peach compote. It's not like this sparkly peach at all.
Mhm.
It's like a really stewed peach and
There's a
rose
bit of
and
a jammy accord going on in here.
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. But this
Like,
is no, don't take this, don't get us wrong. This is not gourmand at all. So when we talk about
no,
jams and
no, no,
fruits,
no,
no
no.
way.
This is
This is some
powerhouse. Look, I mean, just look at the
yeah,
bottle. It's its own little like abstracted skyscraper. It's fabulous.
yeah.
Let me see yours. Oh, the
I'll
case.
zoom in so that you
Is that a
can.
15 ml parfum or a
This
30?
is actually a 15 mil parfum,
Oh,
which I
jealous,
found
jealous.
on a discount on Mercari for $60.
Get
And this thing
out
is,
of here. I should have seen that first.
and I
Oh,
love that it came with the box.
right.
With the box. Like that's yeah, a
And
miracle.
talking about these online auction sites, this is something people ask me a lot. And something that I ask people if they're trying to offer me something to sell is, where do you get your stuff? I
Mm.
think that anyone who says they're not lurking around eBay and Mercari is lying because we all are. And
Ever all of us.
there are good things to be found there. Now, here at the store, I keep everything. Empty bottles, old boxes, old advertisements. So if something comes in and anyone has even looked at it and thought about adulterating it, we have a host of other things to compare it to. So that's how it can be potentially a little safer for some people who do this all day, every day,
Yeah.
buy things on those online marketplaces. Whereas I see a lot of customers come in and they're like, well, what do you think about this? It doesn't quite smell like what we explored here at the store or what I remember. And it is so easy to water a fragrance down. There's a little tiny
Yes.
machine, even with the spray. You just take this off, you stick a little needle in, you put whatever you want in there, and then now you have a full bottle for sale. So if you don't know what it's supposed to smell like, it's really tricky. And that's another reason why we offer samples to people. They can order samples of things that I have very, very carefully assessed here in the store, and that I would say for almost 100% are what they should be, right? So, never say never. But in any case, yeah, that's the problem with online auction sites.
Yeah.
Now, most times I think people are straight up, but there are a lot of people who are, professional refillers and sleazeballs. So watch out.
Yeah. I've been burned. I've been burned. I've told people before. I've been burned in such a way that I've gotten pure parfums that smell like there's palmolive in them.
Ooh, mhm.
Like that doesn't smell anything like the perfume is supposed to smell. So you have to be careful and use good judgment and take a good look at the seller. And of course, you're going to want to look at the ratings, the feedback, the stock. Like it's better
Mhm.
to lean towards those who are used to, they're more accustomed to selling perfumes. Like they have, a pretty reliable presence online.
Mhm.
There's going to be some people who, pull a fast one, though.
Right.
Yeah, it will happen for sure. Going to take a look at the chat very quickly. It's nice to see an active chat here. We have my good friend Salvador. Thank you, my friend. I love that photo of you. You look so dashing in that photo.
Yes, absolutely. And but even better, he wears bandit and cabochard.
Bundy and Cabochard,
Yes,
absolutely. Okay, there we
makes him
go.
even more handsome.
Yeah, yeah. Love both of
So
them.
what I do have a little bit left, and I'm going to be shutting the bottle down soon, is I have an insanely, exquisitely rare, historically important bottle of Brigand, which was how Bandit was marketed in the US in 1946 and 1947. It's a pure parfum. It's on the
Ah.
website. I'm selling drops of it. I'm going to shut the bottle down in another milliliter. If that's anybody's jam, and that is my jam, is that one, that fragrance. But one other thing I want to
Stupendous.
say about sellers, right?
Yeah.
It is very easy to have 100% positive feedback and still be selling fake stuff, because if something is sold as a counterfeit and the seller accepts a return and even pays for the return shipping and says, I'm so sorry you didn't like what we sold, it was such a beautiful, authentic item, and then the person leaves bad feedback saying this was counterfeit, but they took it back, and leaves them maybe bad or neutral feedback,
Yeah.
that seller in turn can go to eBay and say, I don't know what this person's problem was. I sold them this,
Uh,
paid for the return shipping, I took it back, I gave them all their money back promptly, and then eBay removes the neutral or bad feedback. So that is another
and they
thing.
can continue and they can resell that
Yes, it's
same
another
adulterated.
thing
Yeah.
to watch out for
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And like you said, you like to go with people who you think are reliable sellers. There's those people we know are very reliable. And
Yeah.
then the other end of the spectrum, I like to go with the people who are selling like old lawnmower parts and then have one bottle of perfume. Like I like
Ex
those people.
Well, the thing that is just absolutely wonderful about that is that there is this earnestness about them as well. They're
Mhm.
just selling it. They
Mhm.
often don't really know the
Oh, what
background
is
or the
right.
demand or how coveted it is. So you can often get a better deal. But
Mhm.
I don't feel bad about that because like, you know,
This is our
uh,
job, is to procure fragrance, right?
right. It's
So,
like they're happy, I'm happy. They made some
mhm.
money, I got what I wanted. Um, so I don't feel like I'm ripping them off. It's kind of like that's what is great about the free marketplace. And it's like,
Right. I mean, and I say to people, for many years, I gave away, sent consultations and hours on the phone with customers talking about this and that. And, at some point I said, listen, if you want me to procure something for you, I'm going to have to charge you a little bit for that, because
right.
this is going to be 2 or 3 hours out of my day to try to find you exactly what you want. And, I stopped feeling bad about things like that a while ago, because I make it my job to own every bottle there is, and to study day and night and catalog things and read books. And so when you're good at something, and I'm not tooting my horn, but I'm saying when you do something enough, then that becomes your job. And you know, I'm always happy to talk with people, but we have to. I don't know, not sure where I'm going with this, but anyway,
No, it's okay. This is what I
let's
love about
keep
live streams.
grabbing. Let's try
This is
some
the
eye.
organic aspect of it. It's like two people having a conversation unedited. This is how real conversations
Absolutely
are, right?
unedited, right? If anybody ever got a hold of this dialogue, they'd sure they'd have a lot of chopping. Oh, okay, let's try
I
this.
wanted to I wanted to go back to this super quickly because I failed to bring it up. You
Oh,
remember
okay.
I sent you a chat where I'm like, I can't find my Temptations. I have too many perfumes. I
Oh,
found it. I did find it. This
okay.
is
Is that open
Temptations.
for spraying
I beg your
or not?
pardon?
Is that one open for spraying, or are we just
Oh, it
going?
is totally, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I do have
good.
everything open for spring, except for
Okay.
some of the perfumes where it's like they're immaculate and I don't
Uh-huh.
ever want to open them. You and I both do that. We're just like, no, it's just like I always feel like I'm destroying this beautiful artifact when I open certain things.
Mm-hmm.
This one is open though. This is Temptations. This is from the 90s, and it is a 90s goodie. And this one is this almost kind of like I love how it's kind of festive and
It is. It's
spicy.
fruity, and I want to.
Yeah.
Evan, are you around? Would you grab the Temptations factice at the end there?
I'm going to zoom in really quickly because it is kind of hard to pick up on the, here it is, Temptations. I almost want to sing the old song, the grassroots song, Temptation Eyes. But yeah, this is kind of, it's like fruitcake, which I love.
It is. It has some similarities with Nuit de Noël by Caron to me, a little bit. Oh, do you happen to have that right there?
Isn't that just so funny? I just so
Look at you. Come on.
So happen to have my Nuit de Noël.
Wait, let me get mine.
Yes, I would say that Temptations is almost like a 90s adaptation of Nuit de Noël.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Just the tester, I mean, not the factice. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm going to smell, we're going to have ours come over here so I can smell it too. It's in Paloma. Yeah. So, and yeah, I really like that jammy, fruity thing. Speaking of Darren Allen, he has the Fête de Noël, which is kind of an homage to the Nuit de Noël. I would say it's not quite as dark and syrupy, but it's a really good option for holiday wears.
Right.
So we sell a lot of that in December generally. All right, my bottle's coming, so I can sniff with you in a second.
And I love that it smells boozy at the top. Like it smells like a digestif. Like it almost smells like I'm putting like a glass of like Drambuie up to my nose or something.
Oh, that's I haven't had Drambuie in a while. Now you've
Drambuie, you know it.
Educated my interest. I think the last time I had that was at my grandmother's house.
It could be Drambuie, maybe Benedictine. I don't know. One of those.
Oh, right.
A little bit of a palate cleanser after the meal, you know. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah. You can still wear this. I mean, those people are like, oh, you can only wear this in the deepest of winter, but wear it whenever you want. I
did a segment on plum and plum accords and plum bases a couple of weeks ago, and I would imagine that has some of those prunella kind of things in it. Yeah, which are clove, I think clove derivatives. Clove does a lot of good things. It makes clove, it makes carnation, it makes plum. It makes jammy notes.
I love clove, and I've loved clove since I was a kid. Maybe I should save this for a Substack article, but fuck it, I'll just talk about my background with clove. Clove, I first got acquainted with clove because my grandmother had a spice rack. I have an early education on the spices. Okay, I was going through each and every one of those and smelling them and tasting them, some much to the very demise of my young palate, especially things like mustard. But she had clove, and I was like, this stuff smells so good. I was obsessed. And then she also had like the whole cloves as well. And I've been a fan of cloves since I was a kid. I just have never been able to understand why people don't like it. I get it, to each their own, but I love it. I absolutely love clove.
So I'm going to just reach behind me quickly.
Please do.
Because for people who like clove, there is a fragrance that we sell in the store that I think is a clove bomb. Hold on. Here. There it is. Here it is. Okay, very close. Frank Beauclerc is a French designer. Okay. He makes sexy clothes for men. He's been he's an industry, old school industry guy. And this is tobacco. And it has tobacco notes and cinnamon and a lot of amber. And it has a giant wallop of clove right up front. And it's like that spicy pipe tobacco in the bag. Really, I forget the name of it, but the really sweet one, like the dark cherry one, the cherry one.
Yeah, like a burley tobacco of some type. Yeah.
It's not expensive. It lasts like 3 days, and it is a great winter fragrance. We sell a ton of this actually. But anyway, this is probably the most clove I have ever smelled in a contemporary fragrance. So tobacco.
There must have been a little bit of alchemy going on there to like push the clove to the very limit of what can be used. I love
Brent pushes the
when
limit all the time in
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So yeah, his whole line is basically not the entire line, but most of it are all gourmands. So
Mm,
he's added a lot of really sweet notes that kind of temper the clove and make it kind of like a kitchen, sweet bakery kind of clove. But
very
anyway,
nice.
just for fun.
Very nice. Let's see. So I have we're waiting on your Nuit Noel. I have the Parfum
Oh,
here.
we're waiting on my Nuit de Noël. I think there's one over there in the Caron section. Evan is just, I'm driving him crazy, right? This is a, they can't make this
Yeah.
anymore. But you can
No.
still find the old ones around, not as much as before, but you can.
I mean, even the Estray as recently as maybe like 15 years ago is really good.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yep.
just, in the past 10 years or so, so many changes have taken place as far as like restrictions on materials, making it so difficult for a lot of these classics to retain their true character. And there's a lot of like um, really impressive work being done by perfumers to try to do that, but some of them it's just impossible. It's just you can't keep that integrity with the kind of restrictions that we have today,
For
and it's
sure.
unfortunate. Yeah,
Well, Caron also discontinued Belogia on account of that because it had to have
Belugia.
so much isoeugenol
Yeah.
that they just felt like they couldn't make it anymore. And then they
Mm.
issued that PU Belogia, which was aptly named and very unpopular. And so now I think that the new Caron has some version of Belogia, but it's not much.
Mm.
It's in a black Baccarat bottle with a green chagrin box. There you go. It's coming over. So let's smell this
Well,
together.
for those who are lamenting the
Thank you.
discontinuation of Belogia, Hiram Green, who is this, oh, one of the best natural perfumers.
Amazing.
I'm not going to talk smack about other natural perfumers who get a lot more attention than he does. I will spare. I will not cause controversy, but he is far more deserving of the attention than a lot of the others because he knows how to construct a perfume so that it doesn't collapse upon itself. And his filtre is
Mhm.
a great. Wouldn't say it's like merely a facsimile of Belogia, but it is in the spirit of that. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff.
It
So
is so beautiful. We have
yeah,
it here at the store. I met him at Aix-en in 2024. I had
yeah.
wanted to meet up with him because I had heard how fabulous he was. And I sprayed that and I'm like, oh my God, it's Belogia. And he's like, no, it's not. I was like, yes, it is. I know it is. And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. But whenever I sell a vintage bottle of Belogia, always include a sample of the filter and also the Shangri-La, which I think has a little bit more in common with Mitsuko. But
Yeah,
in any case, yes, I agree with you on that.
for
Okay,
sure.
I've got the Nuit de Noël Parfum Extrait out, and this one is
Nice.
from maybe, I'd say this is a 60s bottle.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
You got yours there?
I do. I'm just going to let you do your thing
Oh,
here because I don't have like a pipette nearby. I don't want to get
oh,
a,
okay, okay. I
but I'll
just
let you by all means, tell us your experience.
yeah.
What?
I mean, it's Temptations that we just talked about is the great great granddaughter of this.
Yes.
So this is mincemeat pie in a bottle to me, really. It's
Mm-hmm.
very spicy, mossy, deep. It has a lot of cinnamon. It has a lot of clove,
Mm-hmm.
rose. There's nothing light about this at all. Some people I know consider this. Now we were just talking about how like Temptations could potentially be worn throughout the year. I have to say this is a cold weather
I
fragrance.
would say, yeah.
Yeah, for
Temptations
sure.
has a little bit more versatility, but Nuit de Noël, to me, I only crave it once November comes around. And
Right,
you
right.
mentioned mincemeat pie. That is my absolute favorite pie.
Uh-huh.
I find that only me and people over the age of 60 seem to love mincemeat pie, but I
Unfortunately,
absolutely,
I'm in that group, unfortunately.
I love it. I
But
love it. I grew up with
one
it.
of my grandmothers, my other grandmother, my English grandmother, used to make it every year. And when I was a teenager, I remember turning my nose up at it in because there was pumpkin pie there too. But
Yeah.
as I got older, I learned to appreciate it for all of its really cool aromas and boozy quality and
Yes.
dried fruit.
And of course, the clove. The clove is there, the nutmeg. Don't
Yes.
forget to hit the like, people. I have 17 people tuned in currently right now. I have 18 likes for this live stream. Let's try to hit 30. Let's try to reach a goal of 30 within the next few minutes. I'm going to check in a little bit to see if we met our goal. So it's very easy to do. One little click. It's very, low labor. It's like, that's all. I'm not even asking for money. Just hit the like.
I did
Thank
see you
you
up
so
for
much.
coffee over here.
You can also buy coffees as well.
Right.
$5 each. 6 cups gets you a sample pack. US only, please.
Oh my gosh. So back to the Nuit de Noël. This particular bottle I broke into for sampling. So we do have samples of this available on the website, as well as some of the newer ones. But really, if you want to experience it, right here. I think we sell it by the half ml. A lot of these really vintage rarities, we don't put in sprayers because that begets evaporation that we don't want to happen.
There is that inevitable, especially when you don't have like these little sprayers. They don't have like crimpers.
They're not good. But anyway, Nuit de Noël, and then quick, back to Halls. Remember, we backtracked.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Halston Z12, and then the I14, also really iconic 80s. Miami Vice kind of stuff.
We have Manginosis. What is the spelling of the clove fragrance that you introduced a little while back? So this is
Frank Oclet Tobacco.
Tobacco. Okay, very. Right. Is it an unusual spelling of tobacco or just the standard spelling?
No, it's just the regular one.
The regular spelling. Okay, tobacco from Frank.
The regular Americanized spelling, I should say.
Oh, there we go. Manginosis was already ahead of us, anyways. He just let us know that he found it.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, it's $158 a bottle, and like one spray lasts a day and a half. It's incredible. Yeah,
wow.
It's one of our good winter sellers. And the interesting part about that is it also appeals to all these young guys who come in the store, because we are a retail store that sells commercial stuff too.
Yeah.
And they want the Jean Paul Gaultier or the Paco Rabanne, something like sweet and ambery. And I show them that, and they're like, "Oh, wow, I really do like that." So it appeals to everyone. It's a sort of a interesting fragrance.
Elevate. It's an elevate the taste. Elevate the taste.
I'm always trying. I'm always trying.
They come in with good taste and then they leave with great taste. You elevate it.
Try my best. Okay, before we leave Halston, we have one more thing to talk about. We were talking about things that are really expensive, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I have more bottles of this. Does anybody remember this one?
Yeah.
101.
Zoom in with that one. Yeah. That one. I do not have this. So people think I have everything.
I'll send you some. I have a lot of it.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. I love that bottle.
Yeah, the bottle is super cool. It's kind of like a stylized grenade. I'm sure that Richard Gere wore this in, what was his movie? Come on, the movie where he was the gigolo. American Gigolo.
American Gigolo.
I
was having a mental block as well. Go figure.
I know. It's
long
just
work days.
Hits. Yes, right. So in any case, this is it's a leather fragrance, but it's also an aromatic. It's piney, it's spicy, and we do sell this microscopic samples of this 1/4 ml because it's like so crazy costly and impossible. But this is, oh my gosh, this is so loud. This is so big. It's really, it makes Drakkar run for the hills, really. Drakkar Noir, not Drakkar. But anyway, this is Halston 101. It's an aromatic leather. If anybody has it, anybody finds a bottle of it, jump on it right away. It is delicious.
I was going to just say that you sold me the original Drakkar.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Not the Drakkar Noir, but the Drakkar. Yes, that was the original
Drakkar.
Yeah.
That was like kind of like, it was like a space that needed to be filled in my collection. I'm like, I just need it. Because of course I have a long history with Drakkar Noir. I was wearing it when I was 12 years old, 13 years old. Go figure. I love it. There's like mastic resin in it. It's really like this really beautiful kind of crisp, sort of herbaceous aromatic. I love those that came out, but with that muskiness too. This is when those aromatics, like they had that musky underline to it. It's really beautiful stuff.
Right. Yes. Things really did have, and I'm thinking of things with cumin, maybe like the old Koros too,
For
you've got
sure.
bright notes and then like BO notes together. It was good.
Thank you, Salvador. We have a super chat. Super chat of
Uh,
$20. Jana, the Champaron Amphora Parfum from 1962-83.
let me see.
Badouchage.
Hold on. Let
Badouchage
me
attack.
stay. Hold on. Let me
My
see.
man knows his terminology for those of you who are not aware of what a
Okay. I'm not sure. I
badouchage.
just got these in. Let's take a look at them. This is some Chanteron.
I'm gonna let people know what a badouchage is. That is
Yes.
basically the wiring that adheres the stopper. It keeps the stopper in place. And if you are clever enough and you are nimble enough, sometimes you can keep the badouchage on. Some people just take it off, but that is what I love that word too, badouchage.
Yes, I think it has something to do with corseting.
Yes,
back in the day.
Yeah, I think
these are
right.
Yeah, these are just eau de colognes. This is a giant one. When people ask me where I got things, these came from Live Auctioneers. So if anybody knows what Live Auctioneers is, it's a auction house that hosts auctions for all the big people. They hosted the International Perfume Bottle Association's auction. They do Skinner. They do all kinds of crazy things. And this one, I can't even open.
I love those bottles.
$11 price tag on it.
The boxes, man. I love that pattern in the box.
The zigzags. Yeah. Let's see what's in here. This is a massive thing. Now, I do have them Chant de Rome in the back, the Amphora flacon. I've got 2 or 3 of them. I've never opened one. To your question, Salvador, I've never opened one. And when I do open them, I make a big deal of it. I'll do it live and then we'll offer samples. And I only do it because I think that it might be historically or artistically important to do so. This thing that's right behind me, this glass teardrop, is filled with tons and tons of unopened artifacts. But this, oh, wow. Let's look at that. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Look. Okay. So this is another type of badouchage. Thank you. My French is so bad, as many of you know.
I took French in high school.
Good.
I mean, I'm not fluent in it.
I took Russian, so I should have taken French. But
not fluent though. Don't expect me to go on a tangent in French.
This is got a plastic, I guess we'll call it a plastic seal. Yeah. So this is, and it just looks murky because it's got dust on it. The fragrance is not.
Yeah.
So this came from Live Auctioneers. Now, Live Auctioneers, the thing with them is when you purchase things, you're purchasing them in a large lot frequently. So let's say it'll be a lot of perfumes and there's one thing you want. Maybe it's this. And then there's 35 other old Avon train, like the Avon, long train of different, like this is the head of the train, the back of the train, and then we have like a church. You get 25 of those and one of these, and then you have to pay to have them all shipped. So that's the thing. But this lot did come from Live Auctioneers, and I'm not sure where it originated from, but it's absolutely like, I just took the cellophane off. It's absolutely antique. And of course, this is not yet on the website, but probably I'll get to it in 10 or 15 years. But unless anybody really wants it, let me know. I'll get it up tonight. But
you may just have somebody who is willing to make a transaction with you on there. You never know.
Well, yes, and so many beautiful things I have that I do not open because when I pass away in the far, far future, all of these things are going to the Osmotek. So they can do whatever they want with them when they get them. But some of them I just can't open, just can't.
I have a similar sort of situation that I'd like to arrange as well, because I just don't want this crazy, pathological obsessive collection to lay waste somewhere and then be distributed to people who I don't think will take care of them. So I think I want to do something similar, maybe Institute of Art and Olfaction.
Oh, that's good too in LA.
Yeah.
They have I don't know if they do too much vintage though, but do they do vintage?
They should. We should have something like that here in the United States. I think we should. Actually, there's something, and I can't remember the name of it. There's somebody on Instagram or something on Instagram, and I think it's Chicago based or just outside of Chicago.
Oh, right. Yes, you are right. Yeah, we need to look them up and go on a field trip there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. And I need to actually send a message to them. I feel like we need to have like a good solid network of people who are this deep into, vintage collecting and classics and everything, so that would, we're all sort of networked, we're all sort of supporting each other. It would be a nice thing to have here in on this continent. I mean, I feel like there's much more of a presence like that maybe elsewhere. So I think that would
Well,
be a very good idea.
there is the International Perfume Bottle Collectors Association.
Oh, IBP. Yes,
And
yes.
those, yes, but a lot of those are about unopened bottles. And I would
Yeah,
tell you
exactly.
another
Yeah.
fantastic resource is Cleopatra. It used to be called Cleopatra's Boudoir Bar.
Boudoir, right?
Now
Yeah.
it's called Reine de Parfum, I think,
Yep.
Reine. And that's Grace Arnone Hummel. I think she's out on the East Coast. She is the person, she's my go-to person when
Yep.
I need to ask a question about something. And she's like, oh yeah, I mean, you think that we know something, she's just can rattle anything off. She's
Yeah.
really, really great. So yes, I've been thinking that this kind of needs to happen. And in addition, being able to provide to each other small samples of authentic items to have so that we can authenticate other things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's very wise. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
And also to help us so that we are not necessarily being ripped off by, like, we know we have the
Right.
authentic reference for sure.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what are some other cool things? Oh, you know what? I actually have, this is kind of fun. So when we decided on Paloma Picasso, I also have this fun number right here, Chapeau Bleu. So
Oh, right. Yes.
yes, the other Picasso.
Right. And
Um,
I have not smelled that in 20 years. So I can't speak.
yes.
I do have a sample somewhere, but I have a little bottle.
Yeah. So this is actually, I think it's the sibling of Paloma, and I
Is it
don't know
really?
what. I think it is because if you look at the cubist style. All right, I'll do. I don't know why
Looks
I
like
mean,
Giorgio de Sant'Angelo as well. Do you remember Giorgio de Sant'Angelo from the
yeah,
80s? He was a student of Picasso.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is, oh my God, why is the name escaping me? And it doesn't
Marina.
have, and it doesn't help that the bottle doesn't oh, Marina Picasso.
I was going to say
So
Marina. Yeah.
yeah, and Marina Picasso, Bouche de Femme, au Chapeau Bleu, motif original de Pablo Picasso, 1939. And so it's actually based on one of his creations. It's beautiful. And I love that there's like even like this, I think there's like a Baronia note or something in this. It's
Oh,
this really
really?
nice
How
style.
interesting. How
Yeah, yeah.
interesting. I have not smelled that. I just have a baby one of it somewhere, but
Yeah, it's fun to have as a conversation piece, but hey, the juice inside ain't that bad either.
I'm going
It's
to
really
show you. Okay,
nice.
we're going to show you something else. Speaking of Pablo Picasso pieces, Evan,
Right.
for Evan.
I,
I'm gonna,
I
oh,
like
and
how
a
she
really nice dinner
disappears.
after this. Would you be able to pull down that Giorgio de Sant'Angelo sculpture factice over there? The one that, yeah, the big thing that looks like a clown. Yeah.
I should have grabbed my Nikki de Saint-Phal too. That's a
Oh, I
fun
got
one.
that too.
Yeah. It's
That's a
not
great
within
one.
it's not within reach right now, but that would have been a fun one to share.
We do have a lot of, I have a couple of those factices if anybody needs one. I have hundreds upon hundreds of giant factices. So if anybody needs one, let me know. They're not cheap, but they're nice.
Factices are fun. There's a place in Rhode Island. I forgot the exact name of it. I actually put myself on the email list, and I just got an email the other day, and the name escapes me again. They said, "Hi, all right,
Hi.
let's zoom in. Look at
Hi.
this." But this place, it's like like a vintage. It's kind of like they have different vendors, and they had like a ton of different factices, and some of them were pretty affordable. They actually had a
Really?
Minotaur, which
Oh.
we'll get to that in a little bit. I have
Oh.
Minotaur over here, but let's talk about this lovely little
This
lady here, this
this is okay.
blocky lady.
So this is early 80s. This is Giorgio de Sant'Angelo. He was a sculptor, studied with Picasso, and he was Italian. And this is a factice. This is actually a diffuser factice. It has a plug and it actually works, but we're afraid to use the plug. It's a little rough. And then it had this little thing in the back, had like a little fragrance
Yeah.
disc, and you plug it in and warm air diffuses and the
Holy
perfume
moly.
comes out of his head. And this was a department store countertop factice display. And so the idea was that people would smell his perfume coming out through the top.
Outrageous.
Yeah, and these are giant ceramic things. You can also find other ceramics by him, little cute animal diffusers that are made of ceramic, and they're not expensive. This thing is kind of rare, but it's just, I mean,
look at that. Oh, I just wanted to thank Salvador for correcting me. So Marina is Paloma's niece. They're not siblings.
Thank you for bringing that over.
It was a little brain fart, as the young people say. Brain fart. This is quite a specimen that you're sharing here.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with it. Oh, look, it's split screen. I chose split screen this time around.
We're everything.
We're about to have a heated argument right now on The View. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go back to this. I like this one a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. A little further out. Okay. So what else do you want to say? I've got a bunch of Dior over here, but we don't have to do that yet. We can do that.
I mean, we could do it now. We could do it later. We have like a good, 45 minutes left. So it's up to you. I have some other things here too.
Yeah. Let's see what's in your box.
Yeah, I got some other things here. This is fun. I love the House of Molyneux. Molyneux does not get enough attention. And one of my favorite, this is one of my favorite vintages. It's not the oldest vintage, but it is kind of a vintage. I mean, we're talking 1980. Molyneux had a lot of great releases, but this is not only one of my favorites as far as fragrances, for a vintage, but also the bottle is iconic as well. And it is inspired by a cigarette, indirectly. I mean, the name would suggest directly. It's Gauloise. Gauloise.
Yes.
By Molyneux. And maybe I'll wear this tonight. I mean, what I wore earlier was dried down. Here's the bottle. Gauloise. This is the eau de toilette. And this is a lovely, like, mossy chypre as well. But what I like about it is it has this certain sort of like, almost like a smokiness to it, but it's like smoky floral. I wish there were more things that existed that were smoky.
Do you think is it like the orange blossom ashtray smoky kind of thing? I'll go grab my bottle. Well,
I just get a kick out of this bottle. I'm going to put some on here. This will be on skin for this live transmission. Put some on here. Oh, wow. They just don't make them like this anymore. They really don't. They really can't. Animalic in a way, too. There is some animalic, a little civety. Oh, wow. And it does suggest, like, it's kind of like more of an abstract idea of a lit cigarette rather than like a literal lit cigarette, because I really honestly don't think I would want to smell a literal lit cigarette. But yeah, very mossy, very woodsy. This is up there with Denurve as far as like the volume.
Okay, now I have to go get my bottle now, because
you should do it.
All right, hold on. I'm right back. Now that all right.
Oh
Molyneux.
My God! It was yes. Salvador was a cigarette brand. There's absolutely nothing niminy-piminy about this. There's nothing like. This is not coquettish. This is not like pretty. This is like.
Okay. I don't know where it is.
I mean,
depends
on what you mean by pretty.
Have like
it's beautiful though. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I don't know where it is.
Gauloise. Gauloises. Yeah, I think there is. There is a connection with the Gauloises.
Yes, it is the same. Oh, yeah, same name. I'm wondering why they named it after a cigarette company. Was it a collaboration or something?
I don't even know, unless like
it would be like naming something Marlboro.
Right. I mean, I'd love to smell Marlboro. But I think Gauloise is like a much more sort of glamorous kind of thing.
It's French.
Lucky Strike.
French, that's why it's more glamorous.
Chesterfield, Benson and Hedges.
Camel.
I could just, that's the thing about people who are over the age of 40. We can name like probably like 1,000 different cigarette brands. It was crazy how many
If we
cigarette
could
brands
get
there
them
were.
out of the vending machines at clubs.
The ones that were like pinball machines, you pull it and it would dispense.
Oh my gosh.
Tarryton. Do you know that I had this like short um sort of there was this little stretch of time where I did smoke cigarettes, very short, and there were two brands of cigarettes that I smoked. I smoked American Spirit, and I
Oh, so
smoked.
forward of you then.
Right, right. This is the late '90s, and then in keeping with my very '60s look, this is circa 2000. There was like a mod revival, Britpop and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I smoked Tarryton. Like Tarryton, like I'd rather fight than switch Tarryton with the charcoal filter. I smoked Tarryton because I thought it was just a very
It's a
classy
new
looking
wave
cigarette.
of you, new wave.
Very new.
Sadly, I have a confession to make that's probably going to tell you about a lot more about my origins and my true self than I would like to admit, is that I used to smoke Newport menthols.
Alive with pleasure.
Dead with pleasure. Those things were so strong.
Oh my God.
They were such ghetto cigs. I used to get them. Everybody in the gay clubs smoked them, and that's what I was doing in the 80s and 90s. And so we all smoked them. And oh my gosh.
Might as well be inhaling asbestos into your lungs with that menthol.
Sure. With a mint in your mouth. Gosh, so bad. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got. Any questions here? I'm hoping no one in my family saw that I just said that I smoked with his nail.
The truth comes out. I heard a man named Galois had a tobacco connection while he was in prison. The cigarette brand stemmed from there. The story came from a smoke shop owner.
Oh, huh.
Jana, does Noble Noir Parfum ever truly restock, or is
no.
last place?
It doesn't. And there are a few bottles floating around out there, and there is another one that is what are you doing over there?
I was actually closing. I know I'm reaching out into the heavens right now because I'm in rapture over Galois. No, actually, this is just my blinds. I was closing them because it's getting dark. You can't tell because you can't see my background. So
Okay, so back to Nombre Noir. There is another bottle of Pure Parfum available right now, extrait. You can contact me if you're interested. But the bottle that I have open, I do have some closed bottles. They cannot make it anymore. It has a certain type of Damascones that can't be created. It was too expensive. Rumor has it that the person who actually did the formula or who was in charge of the marketing committed suicide.
Yeah.
And this is a favorite fragrance, one of the favorite fragrances of our friend Luca Turin. And someone, I can't remember who, did the gas chromatography on it for him a while back and recreated a very, very close version for him. So you could do that. That would probably be just about as expensive as buying a bottle.
Right.
I do know one's available. I do have, and you'll see some on my website, and they have some absurd price, like $100 million or something. And that's because I don't want to sell them. But I have to put a price on them for the bookkeeper to not say to me, "Oh, you can't just buy this stuff and keep it." I'm like, so I have to put a price on it. But the bottle that I have open smells excellent. It is superb. Now, there is a distinct difference between the extrait or parfum and the l'eau, which is an eau de parfum. They do smell different. I think they are slightly different formulae. I think that the eau de parfum is more like woodsy, less rosy, on the masculine side. I would say if you like that type of fragrance, you can look at things that sort of have parallels. Maybe a little bit of the current Féminine du Bois may have some similarities.
Yeah.
Although now we're going back to Avon again. Louis Ferreau did a very nice collaboration with Avon in the 80s where he had a trio of perfumes. One was called Vivage, one was Côte d'Azur, and the other one was Fantasque. Fantasque is a woody, rosy chypre very much in the same vein as Nombre Noir. Now, not exactly the same. It doesn't have the metallic quality and, of course, the extreme sophistication of the Nombre Noir, but it's still very good, and it's available for like $40. So that would be a nice thing to try. And yes, I know my samples are very expensive, but the bottle that I opened was a tiny bottle, and I paid $1,000 for it. So there you go. That's why the samples are like, I think it's $75 for a quarter ml or something. It's crazy. It's a lot. But if you come to the store, we can open it and smell it. You know, it might be cheaper to get here than to buy the perfume online. I don't know if anyone's close to California, but we are in Lake Tahoe, by the way, if anyone was wondering where.
Yeah, at the start of the stream, I was saying, if you just happen to be in the area, if you happen to be vacationing in the area, you know,
a lot of people do come here. Well, a lot of people come just for the store, but it's a worldwide destination. You know, it's like a Lake Como, but not as fancy.
Right, right.
So.
Oh yes, Salvador knows that I am an Avon enthusiast. I have respected Avon since I was a very young child, and my mother was having she would have the Avon lady over. So I had
I might have been her Avon lady.
Very early exposure to Avon. So what's the name of the similar one you mentioned? Was it Fantasque? Fantasque, and it's branded under Louis Ferraud.
Yep,
which was produced by Avon, released actually the same year as Nombre Noir.
Looking for it, coming right back.
And Nombre Noir is all about those. It's not only Damascones, it's beta Damascenone, and there's a lot of beta Damascenone, and now beta Damascenone is actually heavily restricted. And if you ever smell beta Damascenone in isolation, it is gorgeous. It's like smelling like port wine and tobacco and like the deepest, richest aspects of like a rose. There's just some like even like tea elements to it. Like Damascenones are crazy.
I know, so yummy.
Yeah, yeah.
So Fantasque, right there.
It's a lovely bottle too.
It is quite a nice bottle. And then I have a couple of baby Pure Parfums here. Slightly different packaging. What are these? You know, $50 or something. And then this is the Eau de Cologne, not expensive. Anyway, it's not the same, but it's in that genre of fragrance. You know, Avon did a good job of watching what the market was doing and then trying to translate it into something that could be done and affordable for working class women.
Yeah, yeah. And they had master perfumers at the helm, and the formulas were no less expensive, actually, in a lot of cases than the very high-end brands like Chanel or what have you, or Givenchy or Dior. Avon is, you know, you shouldn't knock on Avon. They had, I mean,
no pun intended.
I know, Avon calling. Yes. Occur is gorgeous. Timeless is really great too. And it just goes to show when you have reached that level where you have this authentic appreciation for perfume, that is when you welcome things like Avon. When you have the snobbery, and like I suffer no fools, and maybe to a fault. Maybe that's why I'm not popular with certain people in the fragrance community. But when there is that snobbery, and where there is this belief that you know, the quality of the perfume is inextricably tied to the cost of it, or the rarity of it, or the prestige of the brand, I feel like people are really not wholeheartedly opening their hearts and their noses to a lot of fantastic fragrances out there. You know what I mean? I think that there is this sort of like, there is this fetishism with the certain brands that lend this luxury appeal to it, which is like, I'm not saying I don't like that stuff. I mean, Chanel's, forget about it. But there's something to be said about embracing something like Avon or some of these, or like Cacharel or something like that,
So
where,
many good things from Cacharel
oh
over
my
the
God,
years.
tell me about it. Yeah, yeah, for
Even
sure.
Yves Rocher, which is like the kind of French Avon sort of
Yves
thing.
Rocher,
They
yep,
had a lot of nice
absolutely.
ones.
Yeah, that it was kind of like the France's answer to Avon for
Hmm.
sure. Yeah. Didn't actual Luca Turin recently visit
He
you?
did.
We love
He
his
called,
grumpy, beautiful
he
mind.
called me and said, "Hey, I'm coming up from San Francisco. I'll be there in a few hours." And he stayed. He stayed overnight, and we
Oh,
we did a little
nice.
short segment and had a nice dinner. It was good to see him. Yeah, I had met him in France in 2017 when I did a tutorial with him and Victoria Frolova. I don't know if anybody else knows Victoria from Bois de Jasmine. She's
Yes.
writer. She's a
Yeah.
tea enthusiast. She's
Hmm.
also live in Ukraine right now with her
Yes.
family and keeping us abreast of all the horrors going on there.
I know.
And so that was a really amazing. I guess it wasn't in Grasse, it was in Luberon. And anyway, it was a really nice workshop that I did with them, and I had met them there. And so that's all.
Hmm.
And yeah, he was here. He's a lovely person, and yeah, grumpy in a really good way. With a good
Curmudgeonly.
heart. I love that. That's my favorite style of person. Is like gruff on the outside and with a big heart on the inside. That's
What
yeah.
I really respect about Luca is that he really is authentic about his opinion. He
Mhm.
doesn't mince his words, and I think
No,
that people get annoyed with that. But it's like it's his opinion. People, it's his opinion. And
if
it's
you
not
don't like
always
it, that's okay. I mean,
right. And it's like, it doesn't need to be sugar-coated. He doesn't have this agenda. I think one of the things that can be restrictive about being a content creator and an influencer and having partnerships and yada yada and so forth is that there is a certain amount of self-censoring that takes place.
mhm, yeah.
And he is totally free of that. So he does piss people. Okay, we're over 2 hours, an hour, so I can say he can piss people the fuck off with his
Why is it we
assessments.
can now swear? I love this. At
Oh,
one
it's what
hour
it,
we can start swearing?
yeah, I
Oh,
don't
good.
lose
Okay,
being
great.
monetized if it's after an hour or so.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
perfect. Let's
I always
get it
start
ready.
doing it after an hour. Um, and he's a great person. I think that just people don't understand that obviously he's an eccentric person. He's a very well-read, very he's had a
Brilliant.
lot of very brilliant. I've had
Truly
conversations
brilliant.
with
Yes.
him. I love chatting with
Mhm,
him, but he's actually a lot more accessible than people think if you
mhm,
just kind of
yeah.
like you understand the wavelength that he's coming from. I chatted with him not so long ago and I was like, come on to one of these. And he's like, I'm only doing science podcasts. I'm like, that's completely fine with me. I mean, like, I can't blame you that much. But yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
He did have a really great conversation actually with my friend Stephen Gontarski. So he
Oh,
made
well,
one
yeah, I
exception with
remember you
that.
went down there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I saw that was really
Yeah.
nice.
So if he's going to talk to anyone about perfume at all, that is a good person to pair up with.
Mhm.
We have much respect and love for Steve, and he was actually on this live stream a couple of months ago. So
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, it totally. He is grumpy sometimes. He's just kind of I can be a grouch as well. I mean, I can relate. I get into
Oh,
those
yeah.
moods as well. Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah.
Um, what else? Do you think we're ready to do Dior?
Yeah, let's do DR because it would,
Okay.
anyway, so a topic idea that I had that I'm always, fascinated by is Edmund Rudnitska's very pretty and beautiful Eau Sauvage of 1966 that had a nice dose of hedione. It was
Yeah.
like a citrus, classic citrus, but what
Yeah.
people don't say is also a floral. It's a citrus floral. And
Right.
then in 1971, I think it was 70, right before Rive Gauche and Calandra,
Yeah.
came the bitchy older sister, Diorella, and she's oily and greasy and like lemony and big. And it's just interesting to me that both of these were the outgrowth of, I believe, his Eau Fraiche from
Oh,
56.
fresh,
Oh, fresh.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Because
Oh,
in
fresh.
high school, oh,
Yeah, like
fresh. Because we
you're
took
really
French in
going
high
on the
school and I took
pronunciation.
Russian. Oh, fresh. So anyway, we're going to smell some old versions of Eau Sauvage and then some
Nice.
older and newer versions of Diorella.
I have my little
And
bitty bottle of Eau Sauvage. That's all I need.
oh, this is a good one from the,
Yeah.
it's like the 70s and 80s kind of thing. What do
Yeah.
we got over here? Oh,
And I
this is
have the 90s version. This 90s version of Diorella is beautiful. This is like a sweet spot because it's not too old. I didn't take a
right.
risk.
It's better
Because
than, it's a little bit better than this one. Although, you know, I don't think that the new Eau Sauvage is not bad. Okay, it's not exactly like the old one, but it's not bad. But here, this is the Eau Sauvage cologne. This one's from the early 80s. Let's spray this guy here. This one's got a little bit of damage, a little damaged here.
yeah, it's inevitable. It's hard when
it's
it's like very citrus heavy because those you know, the molecules, like what do they call them? There's like branches. They branches they break over time. Those very volatile citrus molecules. It's hard. You have to basically like, I mean, even if it's like in lockdown, in darkness and without any light, it is just like the natural degradation over time. And you know,
yeah, it is. And something I learned is also not that they're spindly, also that the molecules itself are small, right? So they get small. Now we do have to that note, there is a fragrance house we stock who does these incredible things with citrus where they make them last a very, very long time. And I'm like, it's effervescence. And Sophie Bruneau is the house founder. And I kept poking at her and saying, how is this lime lasting for 18 hours? And finally, they described to me the technology, which is not dissimilar from the Febreze technology, you know, with the little Pac-Man. So what they do is they scoop out a big molecule, they put the little citrus one in there, close it back up. And so somehow the citrus is just diffusing. I'm not a chemist. I'm sure I said that all wrong. But somehow the citrus aroma is diffusing in the protected cocoon of this larger molecule.
It slows the evaporation rate.
I'm not sure exactly how it does it, but I do know that it's a citrus fragrance that lasts for a day, which is fascinating to me. But, oh, no, yes. No, someone was asking about a minty fougere. I mean, this is a citrus. It's aromatic. It's got fougere qualities, and it definitely has a type of mint in here, maybe more like a basil vibe. But this
which just so happens, if you're thinking of like the taxonomy of botany, basil is in the mint family. Many aromatic herbs are in the mint family. Basil's in the mint family. Patchouli is actually in the mint family as well. All of those like you know, herbs that yield a lot of oil are in that mint family. So love basil. Yeah, I pick up basil and Eau Sauvage as well, for sure.
And this is a next version I have here is from 2021. And, you know, it's slightly less in the base, but I would definitely say it is still a great fragrance for $125. It's still classic. It's still great. Yep. Love this, you know?
Yeah.
The old version, different. I keep saying, oh, but we love the new versions too. But then
I know we were such hypocrites through this whole thing. We like prefaced by saying that, like, we're not we're not those kinds of people.
Compare this. So you're in the department store. Compare this to whatever else is being sold, and this is still the clear winner.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's held its own. That's what I say when I do my writing. The current one holds its own because I'm not saying that it's like the same. But you could do a lot worse, you know?
For sure. Yeah. So then let's go on to Diorella. This is from the 80s.
70s, from the 70s.
I'm sorry, 70s.
It's all good. It's all good.
The bottle is from the 80s is what I meant.
Oh, the bottle's from the 80s, yeah. And then mine's from the 90s when they did this kind of like, they modeled these versions after like the Parfum versions of Dior, of Days of Dior.
Right, yeah. And this... It's got this sort of like oily bergamot and lemon.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have the polite florals. I feel like the Eau Sauvage has like white flowers in it.
Yeah.
This is more almost like a citrus leather. It's definitely, like I said, she's the butchy older sister of the Eau Sauvage. I
Right.
love them both. I wear them both. This one's meaty and it almost has a little bit of vanilla, like there's a little bit
Meaty is a good word. Like
Mhm.
meaty is like the meat of a fruit. Meaty as in
Mhm.
like that overripe quality of fruit and of flowers that does smell almost like meat as well. It's
Uh-huh.
something that
Is it
I love.
decaying just a little bit?
It's just on the verge of like rotting, and I love it. I love that. I love that it is because it feels like there is this realism to it. And like to me, like a lot of people who think that there's realism in perfume, it's like actually like a Disney version. This is like actual realism. Like that
Mhm.
fruit is, you better eat it today because you won't be able to eat it
Right, right.
in a couple days. Eat it now. Yeah, it's delicious.
And
Diorella is wonderful.
oh, and yours is, so I have the old one and then the current one, and you have the one in the middle. So let's smell
The
yours next.
one in the middle. So I already have Gauloise on my skin. I'm gonna take a scent strip for this one and spray it. It's a nice sprayer as well. Ooh, it just went right back on me. I'm not complaining. No, I'm not. I'll rest easy this evening. Yeah. I really think that this was like a very good formulation. I really don't see much of a difference between between this and the older versions at all.
Mhm.
And this is the thing too, it's like it's so risky with Diorella, like it's so hit or misses whether or not um it's still intact or if it's turned because of some of those fruity, there
Mhm.
it like in chemistry, fruity esters,
Uh-huh.
butyrates and things like that, which do have those branches and chains and stuff in the molecules that break over time. So this is a sweet spot. If you want to be low risk and get something a little bit newer that's less likely to have turned, you can get this. But if you want to live on the edge, you could certainly get a much older vintage as well.
I
Yeah,
have some
this
pure parfums that are still pretty good.
yeah,
They have a very thick quality to them. No, I don't mean viscous, but I mean just olfactory.
in
Okay.
that texture, yeah.
Okay, and then so
Mm.
then this is the contemporary version, which is lacking some of the mosses. And I actually feel like I'm getting some patchouli in here because I know a lot of times companies will take like a super refined patchouli and kind of stick it in where oak moss used to live, maybe
Yeah.
mix with some cedar moss.
Yeah. They'll
But I
do
still
like
like it. It's
yeah.
still very good. Still very good.
Yeah, yeah. The good thing though, like when we're getting into the moss conversation, if there's a real dedication for bringing back that mossy feel, there is a way to do it, but it involves a lot of attention to reconstructing it. So you do the maximum percentage of the oak moss, which is a very small amount, but it still
Mhm,
has
mhm.
presence because it's a
Right.
very high impact material. You do the Evernell. You do something else called Orsinol, which
Mhm,
does
mhm,
have some of those elements in oak moss that are not present in Evernil, and then the patchouli, the vetiver, and putting together other materials. So there's some
mhm.
great current releases or great current formulations that do smell very mossy. They're not abundant, but they're there. And I think a lot of brands, a lot of houses, those who produce these fragrances, they just don't want to put the effort in. They're just like,
Or
huh.
the expense, right? Oh,
Or the
and also
expense, or the
oak
expense, yeah.
moss, I mean, oak moss was in the base of nearly every composition for
Yeah,
50 years, but it's not something that is commonly used anymore. So people don't
yeah,
miss it. We've seen
right.
all kinds of bases made of, tonka, coumarin, ambroxan, all kinds, certain other things that are really
Yeah,
popular right now. So,
yeah.
but I do think a lot of the niche fragrance houses are using them. We just brought in a really cool line called Melig perfumes
Oh, yeah.
from Canada, and I've worked with Matt for a while, and he has created some non-animal versions for us, which took a while. But
Mm,
he's using a lot of true oak moss in there as a Rogue Perfumery does.
Yes.
A few other houses. But anyway, you could wear, even though this is a citrus, you can wear this year round. This is
Of course. Oh,
not
absolutely.
necessarily a summer citrus right here. This is
no.
so
Any season.
so yummy.
And it does have that thickness. It just it's almost like not an oppressive humidity, but there's a humidity to it. It feels kind of muggy.
Muggy, yes.
Love it.
Oh,
yeah.
Muggy.
There goes
Use
my
that word out
fish.
here in California. No one knows what you're talking about.
Oh no, well from coming from Rhode Island, we got plenty of mugginess.
Plenty of muggy.
Coming our way pretty soon. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm relishing it every day in spring. Like I'm not in any rush. Summer, I like summer. It's not my favorite season. I like the transitional ones. I love spring and I love autumn. Like there's just something so much more magical about it because it's like birth and then the decay. Like I just think they're two very poetic seasons. I just want to direct my attention again to those who are viewing. We are currently at 21 likes. We want to try to aim for at least 30 by the time we sign off.
Yeah, we're not going to let you guys go until we get 30 likes.
Hey,
we're just going to keep talking.
Hey, if you got the time, we'll stay on until we get to those 30. We'll stay on until then. I mean, maybe that's not a good thing because they'll just like make us keep talking and talking without
hey, we got a lot of other stuff over here, and I'm sure your bin down there has some other things in it as well. We did.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say we could threaten to just stop it right now until you get those likes in. No, but let's try to get a few more in.
Right. Someone asked me about Chanel, and we do have some vintage Chanels on the website. There is a reason that people don't talk about Chanel. There's a reason that people don't stock Chanel or say that they stock Chanel. And that is because Chanel will send their Chanel police after even the smallest mom and pop store that sells their product without their permission. I courted Chanel for years aggressively. Met with them, someone in New York who just basically told me no. Tried to meet with them in France, nothing. They are only in Chanel boutiques and approved department stores. And they will send you a cease and desist and they will come after you. So Chanel is nothing we ever talk about in a forum like this because we don't want to go out of business and fight Chanel. So that being said, I like Chanel's fragrances. I have a lot of them. Call me if you want to talk about Chanel.
Yeah, I don't get too much into Chanel, like on even like my content. Like I'll do like a review and that's pretty much it. I just don't want to mess around. Like I just don't want to, I've been making it sound like it's like mafioso.
Yeah, well, it is, right. You know, it is basically. Right. And so they don't have any interest. Now, the reality is that you can go to any kind of pharmacy drugstore in Europe and buy Chanel like right next to your hand cream. So it's so ludicrous to me that they wouldn't want to be in a nice perfume boutique in the US, but they'll be at like, you know, Joe's.
It is really peculiar.
Yeah, isn't it strange that you can get it anywhere in Europe, but that here, you know, they're gatekeeping the brand, right? They're gatekeeping the brand and the reputation of the brand, and it's, you know, the exclusivity and all that. It's a little bit, you know, but they do have some really great fragrances. So.
They sure do. They sure do. Salvador, it's just so happens, Salvador, I have a Jean d'Après right here.
Of course you do, in your box.
Right over here. I was going to, you know, chat about it if we had time. So for a Bal Versailles lover, what's the gateway? Scheherazade or Jardinelle? And which one survives best at vintage vault stock? You seem to have two different colored bottles of Jardinelle. I have a little tiny Jardinelle Parfum.
Oh yeah, in the little bottle.
Oh my God, I love it. I mean, I could just grab it over here while you chat.
It has the Green Man sticker on it, right?
Yeah, it does. I'll go to. I know exactly.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll address this question to the best of my ability. Scheherazade is not for beginners. It is not for the weak of heart. I would say that even Bal Versailles is more approachable than Scheherazade. It's resinous. It's chypre. It's very restrained. The Jardinelle has some nice floral and green accords. It's very galbanum-y. And so I would say that Jardinelle is easier. The amphora bottles, in general, a lot of them are Parfum. That's why they're very costly. And then there was a Parfum de Toilette formulation that was good too. But Jean Spray went through a variety of different owners and formulation changes. So, it's that one. Okay, it's the round
It's
one. Okay, I thought it was
yeah.
in the little amphora. Yes.
No, not the amphora. This is like, but
Is
this
this
is
the green man on it?
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, cool.
wonderful. I wish I had a better camera so it focuses, but
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get the idea. And this is a perfect size for me as a reference and to
Mhm.
enjoy sparingly. I didn't need to get anything larger than that. It's beautiful, and they love these little pockets here too. That they had. I have the Bella Versailles as well, same kind of deal. Um,
They're very different fragrances.
they're
Uh,
very different.
mhm.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're yeah, totally like a different feel. Absolutely. I don't want to break. I don't want to tear this box because it's love the boxes. If you're a hardcore collector, the boxes are important. I can't
Mhm.
believe how many perfume enthusiasts who are like, "Oh, you don't need to hold on to the box." Are you kidding me? Do you know how like some of us collectors would die to have some of these things with their
Sometimes
boxes?
I buy
Like,
just an old box I find on Craigslist
right.
somewhere.
I have actually gotten boxes for fragrances that were missing a box just so
Mhm.
that they could be reunited.
Right. Yes. So just a disclaimer there at Fragrance Fault, if you buy a perfume that comes in a box that is close to, but not exactly the same as its original box, it will be disclosed in the listing. Comes with box, similar but not original. Oh yeah. And so is that Chardonnay for opening? Oh yeah. Okay. So JJ's going to tell us his thoughts on that.
Oh, on Jardinelle. Jardinelle's beautiful. So it isn't the same feel exactly as Bella Versailles. Bella Versailles, the iconic Bella Versailles, is very different. I feel like that sort of like leathery, floral, um, almost kind of like that interesting benzoin sweetness to it.
It does.
It isn't really the same thing with Jardinelle.
Mhm.
I mean, what do you want me to do, guys? Do you want me to just recite my review? And I could do that if you wanted to. I think probably my review is the most recent one because not too many people have reviewed it.
Can you do that?
So,
Yeah.
absolutely, it's right here. Don't mind if I do. This is I did this review in December 2024. The small beads of liquid from my 8-ounce parfum releases an expansive trail, and it shocks me given the age. From my research of its relaunch, because this is actually a 1973 relaunch of a
Mhm.
very old parfum. Jean Desprez invested a lot into the formulation to the extent that it was prohibitively expensive. Thus, the production was discontinued a handful of years later. This is lush. It's like some heavenly treacle with the densest florals in damp soil, carnation decorated pomanders dipped in cola, bitter vegetal myrrh, and a stimulating earthy aperitif smelling cistus. It's an amber tinted at the edges with harlequin green that would begin to glow if one were to take a hit of acid. There's my sense of
Nice.
humor. Um, there is both Tolu and Peru balsams, giving the
Mhm.
sensation of dry and sweet old-fashioned cinnamon drops, overlaid with oak moss, feeling shimmery and sensual, even as the beads have long dried on my skin. Note beads, that's the theme here, because when I wear these things, I'm not, I mean, there is very little of it to go around, so I'm very, careful with my application. So it's overlaid with oak moss, feeling shimmery and sensual, even as the beads have long dried on my skin. I'm reminded somewhat of Taboo, Youth Dew, and
Uh-huh.
Girl's Secret
Uh-huh.
in a way. Dirty spice powder concoctions rolled in friable resins, but Jardinelle is stickier, woodier, and more a chypre by design. Lest I forget, the Mousse de Saxe Dry Down. The ultimate, the coup de grace, what makes me declare each tiny application a sacrament. I may want to now seek out the eau de cologne to lavishly baptize myself, which I haven't yet. I have not acquired the eau de cologne, but I'm waiting for a good deal.
Oh, so easy on Jordanelle, but
Right.
thank you. That was really very nice,
Yeah,
beautiful.
of course. That's the mind that's able to express perfume in a way that I can't just do off the cuff. If I'm sitting with it and I'm present with it
Mhm.
and I write down how I'm feeling, that's the best way. I love writing about it. So, oh, and then Scheherazade, which was mentioned. I have that. Do you have that 80s version of it when it was relaunched in the 80s? I have that sitting here.
Yeah, the one that comes in the pagoda bottle or
Yeah,
the
the pagoda, it's
spray.
kind of
Oh,
pagoda-esque. This is
yeah.
the box. Unfortunately, the cellophane's peeling, but
Oh,
hey.
the cellophane on those was so cheap. I think that I don't know what it was made. They all fall apart. And they also came in the spray with the brick colored bottle. Is that yeah,
This
that's
one right here. Yeah.
oh yeah, is that the Parfum de Toilette?
Yeah, it is a Parfum de Toilette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is lovely stuff.
I might have a bottle of that for sale, but right now I have the Parfum and the Eau de Toilette, I believe I have. Yeah.
So yeah, this is a lot of a Poppinax in it, which is why I love it, because I love a
Mhm.
Poppinax. And I love that it's a Poppinax in a different way than, say, like Shalimar has a Poppinax, but this is like not really as heavy in like the vanilla.
Mhm.
It
No,
is
it's
very
not a
much,
sweet fragrance.
it's
It's
like
even
the
less sweet than the Ball of Versailles, I think.
absolutely. It's like the
Mhm.
resins in all of their sort of like naked, unadulterated, kind of like earthy bitterness just are allowed to breathe in this. It's just really cool stuff. Really lovely stuff.
Yeah, I
And
have I don't get a lot of that in, but I have some very devoted clients who that's really all they want is the Scheherazade, which is interesting.
which that the parfum, I mean, the beautiful bottle of the, yeah,
Yeah, the pagoda bottle is beautiful.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I call it. I don't know what it's really
No,
called.
it looks kind of like a, yeah, yeah, you're not far off with that. It does look like a pagoda for sure. I think I pretty much share. Oh, this
Someone
is
asked
one.
about Knowing by Estee Lauder. Knowing holds up
Oh,
extremely well, extremely well. I mean, it's just such a heavy fragrance. So,
it's almost like people just knew what I
oh,
had by my side.
what? You didn't
I have a
pull
little
that out
bottle
of
of
your box. Come on.
just like in the box. In they stay in the box, people. I'm
How big
not,
is your box? Is what I want to know.
Oh, what about
It must be pretty big. No, not that box. The box you're pulling stuff out of.
oh, this? It's
Yeah.
just a gathering of stuff next
Oh
to
my
me.
gosh.
Yeah. But it's
Well,
funny
let
how
me get
people are
my
meant.
vintage Knowing. I'll be right back.
Yeah, please do. But it's just funny how these things are being mentioned, and I just so happened these are not things that are just like, oh, I have it right here. Like I gathered these things, like I gathered the Scheherazade, I gathered the Knowing. They're not like just sitting next to
We
me.
didn't plan ahead of time. We're just fragrant twins.
Right.
Well,
You
we're
and
both from the
I,
East Coast too, so that helps.
we conferred with each other literally like what, like an hour, a little over
A
an hour
minute
before
ago,
this.
right?
Like we, yeah, here's my little Knowing right here.
I'm testing from a little vintage purse size, and damn, this is good. This is your aunt, your really like tough aunt that always wears like a lot of big diamonds and smokes. That's what Knowing is to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew a couple of people who wore this or who embodied this, and
Salvador's
a
like, what
lot.
the hell?
It's
I
big.
invoked Knowing. Yeah, this aunt wears like statement jewelry. You
Yes,
know,
yes, yes.
she's
She
you
has
know,
a
very,
place in Florida, but she's
yeah.
from
I almost
New
think she
York
has kind of
upstate.
like a she wears like caftans. You know, she
She
looked
has
kind of
the caftans. Yeah.
like B. Arthur as Dorothy on Golden
Mhm,
Girls.
mhm.
She's Knowing because she know. I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh, this is
No pun
so
intended.
good. Oh gosh,
She
I'm
wears
dying.
tunics. That's what I'm thinking of. Tunics.
Tunics, yeah, caftans, tunics,
Tunics.
yeah. No, I'm dying.
Caftan is more like Mrs. Roper. This is a tunic wearing lady.
Yes.
What would Mrs. Roper wear?
Ooh,
We
Mrs.
should think.
Roper wore. She could have worn alliage
She could
or
have,
private collection.
because she was kind of like an earth goddess kind of lady, you know, with
Yeah,
those patterned caftans.
true.
Yeah, totally. I love Alliage, by the way.
Talking, speaking of
Knowing.
green things. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so good. Okay, the
I'll spray
knowing
my knowing.
knowing lasts really well, and luckily some of the older versions are still available
Yeah.
for not a lot of money. I have a couple bottles available. You know what I haven't smelled though is I haven't
What?
smelled the new Azure, and don't they have a new knowing in the collection? The square
Yeah, there's
bottle, like
some bullshit. I don't know. I can't. I've heard so many like not so flattering
even though
assessments
we
of
always
those.
love the new versions too. We're not talking smack about the new versions.
But I know with Estee Lauder, they did these new
The
reimaginings.
new old ones.
Like they're
Yeah,
not even like the same perfumes. Like
yeah, it's
they're
different.
not bad. It's just I didn't really understand the whole point of it because first of all, people who have an attachment, an affiliation, like they're loyal to it. It almost seemed kind of cynical for them to be like, you know what? We're just going to brush aside these reformulated versions of the originals that most of them held their own. Here we go again,
Mhm.
held their own. We're going to brush those aside and we're going to make it a premium line and we're going to reimagine it with these perfumers. Um, I didn't really get it because like those who
It was
have
a marketing misstep by far.
it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
those who recognize the name, know the name, loved the fragrances. I'm sure they were like, "Oh, I love, Estee or Azure or what have you. I'm going to pick this up at this counter. What the fuck is this? Like this is not
It was a market somewhere.
yeah.
Somebody said vintage is huge. Everybody
Right.
wants the old formulas. I've seen it
Yeah.
on the fragrance forums. Let's bring them back, but make them modern. But like those two things are doing this. You can't bring them back and make them modern. I will say one that they reworked that did very well was Youth Dew and then Youth Dew Amber Nude. I think that was a good,
Okay.
but that
Yeah.
was a slightly different fragrance. But in general, whenever these companies go back and they try to bring back the old thing but make it still modern, you end up with something that's not appealing to anyone. It's not appealing to the vintage clients
No.
or to current consumers. So you have this sort of strange hybrid
Right.
that
Because the
nobody wants.
current consumers don't have, like, a lot of the current consumers don't even know Azure or Essay
Oh, and
or,
they wouldn't like Azure
and
is,
so
yeah.
they will, like, what is this? I think it was like a huge failure on their part. I think they should have just like had their heritage line, keep the compositions as close to the original as they
Mhm.
can, barring any kind of restrictions, and just call it. I just didn't really understand it. I wasn't
I
impressed.
thought they
No.
smelled okay. I mean, they didn't smell like the old
They
versions.
didn't smell bad. They just smelled like
Right.
something different. It just made no
Mhm.
sense to me to like tie the name of these what I consider to be classics. There weren't like obscurities really. Yeah, the sheepers are very hard to update. They
Mhm.
are.
They are. Yeah. I like that comment that you made about how to recreate sort of a classic oak moss shipper base and the
Mm,
amount of skill and work and costly ingredients that go into making that. Um, but I do think that the new highly refined patchoulis are doing a decent job. I don't like a
yeah.
really funky hippie patchouli, but I do like a nice lean herbaceous patchouli, even though it never ends up being quite as green as the oak moss. I do
Yeah.
I like it in fragrances, and I think it can be I think it's a pretty decent substitution for something that can't really be recreated anymore.
Yeah. I think that the inkiness of oak moss, that kind of inky
Mhm.
sensation, can be achieved through the patchouli and Evernil together. So I think that they do a pretty good job with that. But it's like, it's varying levels of success. It really depends.
Mhm.
And I mean, when you're thinking about these brands that actually do have accountants and number crunchers and are like, is this going to sell? I mean, there's another aspect of it as well. Like,
Mhm. Mhm.
will people really resonate with having like an authentic oak moss base, or do we create this more modern idea of what oak moss is, which doesn't really exactly tied to what oak moss as an accord was
Hmm.
in in older perfumery. So that's another thing to consider as well. I think a lot of things come into mind, because at the, when all is said and done, there's money to be made. So if somebody, if clientele come in and are like, well, this smells, too old fashioned, then they're going to want to do
For
something
the
that
big
may,
companies, no way.
yeah,
Oak moss should
absolutely.
just
Yeah.
stay where it is or be in the hands of very skilled
Right.
artisanal perfumers, I think. I
Right.
don't know that.
Right. Right.
It's
Pat Lester, curious. I know you don't list everything on your website like Chanel and such, but do you have a spreadsheet of the undisclosed items?
Oh, Pat, how I wish I did. I have boxes and boxes and boxes. I pretty much know what I have in my head. I probably have 50,000 uncatalogued bottles of old stuff. Now,
Unreal.
I buy old perfume stores out,
Hmm.
probably some of them that you all have known over the past, you know, decades. I buy out old perfume stores. I buy out old distributors. I like JJ and I were just talking about, we want to make sure that our fragrance collections go someplace appreciative, like
Yeah.
Osmotech, because frequently also collectors and industry people, either their estates or their partners will contact me and say, hey, we don't know how, we don't want to parse all this out individually. Do you want to buy the whole lot of it? Right. So I end up with a lot of things. And I have scouts all over the world, middle of the night, texting me, hey, I found this here and, this there. So I need just more time. I'm running a retail business as well that kind of funds this vintage thing. So there is no spreadsheet. And if there was, I wouldn't even know how to make a spreadsheet because I don't really know how to use a computer very
I
well.
could help you with that because I do a ton of freaking spreadsheets for
Oh,
my
I have
full-time
other
job.
people here who do that. I'm just not
No, I know
I'm
what you
not
mean.
a
No,
computer person.
I'm
I
I'm
hate,
good with the Excel. I have to
you're
do
good
that
with
for my work.
Excel. Yeah, I know how to open it and order stuff, but that's about it. But anyway, yes, I it's just something we are insanely busy here because we are actually, like, right now we're closed, so I see people walking by and looking like, oh, I don't, can we, like the zombies at the window there, they want to. So we are a busy retail location 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, 365 days a year. Plus we have the online store. So your best bet is to just contact me directly and say, what do you, if you're looking for one thing, and I can maybe see if I have that. But yeah, I'm hoping to get to all this while I'm still on this planet. So, because my daughter has made it very clear she doesn't want anything to do with this.
Really? It's like, keep me out of it.
No, she wears gourmands. Horror. It's
Oh.
okay. I like a good gourmand once in a while.
I
But
like a
anyway,
good gourmand that has like a curveball that doesn't smell edible. Like I got like the gourmands where it's
yeah,
like
yep,
they
yep,
don't
yep.
they don't smell like literally like you could drink or eat
Like
it.
a
It's like
cupcake. Yeah.
right, right, where it's
Hmm.
like there's a little something in there that's
Yeah.
not edible. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
One
for sure.
one last thing I do want to share
Oh, what is
is
this?
this is, oh, I'll do a little zoom in. I did a review for this some time ago, but this is Diorling, and this is
Oh, darling.
yeah, and then it opens up, and then you
Look
have
at you.
there is the eau de cologne
Oh,
and
with
the
the parfum de
parfum.
parfait with both. Oh, you
Yeah,
haven't
and look,
opened either of those, have you? Have you
I
opened?
I have to write a review.
Yes,
I
you did.
know, isn't that heartbreaking? I know that I was gonna like you were gonna
No, but
feel
no. I wanted you to say
pain.
yes so that I can smell it.
Yeah. So there's the we have the eau de cologne and the parfum here, and I love that satin kind of pillowy,
Hmm.
bed for them. Beautiful mint. I mean,
Unbelievable.
a great deal as well. I don't remember how much exactly it was, but it certainly was for a lot less than I would have expected. So yeah, Diorling's wonderful. I also have Diorama in the
Oh
eau de
God, the
cologne as well.
peach, the rotten peach in there is
Yeah.
so good. I love
Yeah.
that.
That's like, so you have like the rotting melon of Diorella, but there's the rotting peach of Diorama. Yeah.
Yes, I like
Yeah.
that one a lot.
And you
Yeah.
gotta love the houndstooth. Yeah.
Yeah, just the
Very nice.
packaging was just so great. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people come into the store and they ask about all the modern Dior's, and I'm just like, I don't know. I can't tell them apart. There's flankers upon flankers, and then Miss
Yeah.
Dior is a new Miss Dior every 2 or 3 years, and they just keep using the same name and the same packaging, and it's just it almost rivals Aventus in lot number aggravation. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, for people wanting to know what I have. Um,
Yeah,
so
it must be a complete headache.
oh,
Absolutely. With a lot of
we've
these like
banned it.
designer brands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now with the Creed, we've banned any discussion of lot numbers. You know,
Mm.
so
Too many Dior babies. You're right.
yeah,
They
too
just
many.
keep
And
multiplying. God.
all right, well, we've hit
Well, I
like we're going on 3 hours now.
oh my
So
God. I think we should go backstage for a little bit before we go our separate ways. We'll chit chat back there. So we're gonna sign off here. Folks, we're gonna do one more of the Nosedive series. Will there be any more live streams after that? Probably. And just don't know how I'm going to brand them. I don't know if they're going to be series or one-offs. But there will be one more Nosedive, and it will be about a month from now. And that will be with Chester Gibbs. And he has been a guest with us in the past for 2 other live streams. So we're going to be, Chester Gibbs is a perfumer. He's based in Brussels, and we're gonna chit chat in about a month. So tune in for that. So we're gonna sign off here. It's been a wonderful chat, Jana. We'll talk a little
thanks
bit
for inviting me,
backstage.
and it was so nice to meet everybody in your group. And thanks for visiting Fragrance Vault.
Thank you. Yeah, be sure to check out the link in the description of this live stream. All right, everybody, take care.